Hello, today I will show you a scary story about the shadow in room 303. At Ridgeview High, there was one place no student dared to go, room 303. It had been locked up for as long as anyone could remember, with rumors of something sinister inside. Some said a student had died there years ago under mysterious circumstances, while others whispered about strange shadows seen flickering through the frosted windows at night. One rainy evening after a late study session, Sarah found herself alone in the school. The hallways were dim, illuminated only by the occasional flicker of the old fluorescent lights. She had stayed longer than intended, and now hurried to leave. As she passed room 303, she heard it, a faint knock coming from inside. Sarah froze. Her heart raced, and she debated whether to investigate or run. Everyone knew the stories, but something about the sound drew her in. She hesitated for a moment before reaching for the doorknob. Strangely, the usually locked door clicked open with ease. The room was dark, the air thick and heavy, as though no one had entered for years. Her phone's flashlight barely cut through the darkness, casting long, eerie shadows on the walls. Desks were overturned, and old textbooks lay scattered across the floor, as if abandoned in a hurry. And then she saw it. In the corner, where the light barely reached, stood a figure, a tall, dark silhouette with hollow eyes that seemed to absorb the light. It didn't move, but Sarah could feel its gaze on her, cold and piercing. She gasped and stumbled back, but when she blinked, the figure was gone. For a moment, she thought it might have been her imagination, but then she heard the knock again. This time, it came from the door behind her, the door she had just closed. Trembling, Sarah turned, but before she could react, the door slammed shut with a deafening bang. The shadowy figure reappeared, now standing directly in front of her. It leaned in close, and a cold whisper brushed her ear. "They never left." The air grew colder, and suddenly the room was filled with whispers, overlapping voices of agony, anger, and despair. Sarah's mind raced, trying to make sense of what was happening, but all she could feel was an overwhelming sense of dread. The figure reached out a bony hand, its fingers cold as ice, and touched her arm. Sarah's scream echoed through the empty hallways as the lights flickered out. When the school janitor found her the next morning, she was sitting in the middle of room 303, her eyes wide with terror, muttering the same phrase over and over. "They never left. They're still here." From that day on, Sarah never spoke again, and room 303 was sealed up once more. But sometimes, on rainy evenings, students claim they can hear knocking from behind the door, and if you listen closely enough, you might just hear a voice whispering your name.